In this episode, we look at cause and effect. Hi boys and girls, in this lesson you will identify cause and effect relationships. Distinguish between cause and effect using keywords. Engage. Examine the poster and answer the questions that follow. So I'm looking at the poster. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people around the table. I see a clock that looks like the Big Ben, and these appear to be some politicians. All right. It says here, who do you think these people are? Again, I think they are politicians. Why is the leader raising the concern of global warming? What do you think about the message the picture is sending? Discuss your answers with a partner. Now, based on what I'm seeing, these leaders are thinking about the next election, and the issue of global warming could be a concern of the electorate or the people who are going to be casting their vote. And if this party does not have a good statement about global warming, then maybe the electorate, the people voting, will choose another party that they believe would have a better position on global warming. Let's say one party says global warming is foolishness, we don't believe it. And another party says, listen, we need to start taking steps to cut back on the amount of carbon dioxide that we release into the atmosphere, because we believe, based on scientific evidence, that would lead to increases in carbon dioxide and the greenhouse effect that causes global warming. Then the people might say, boy, I really think that this party here has a better position than saying it does not exist. Let's explore the cause and effect text structure. Read the following information and discuss its content with a partner. Cause and effect. Cause, why something happens. Effect, what happened as a result. Let me say that again. Cause, why something happens. Effect, what happens as a result. So here we have a cloud. We see it's raining, and then after we see plants that look nice and healthy. So if we were to interpret this, we could say that plants flourish when rain falls, right? So here we have an example. It says, I studied for the math test and I got a good grade. So the cause, I studied. The effect, I got a good grade. I was hungry, so I ate an apple. Cause, hunger. Effect, eating the apple. Activity 1. These words help the reader to understand how to identify the cause and effect in a situation. And here we have a list of signal words for cause and effect. These words include begin with, first, how to, when, then, because, in order to, if then, is caused by, may be due to, for this reason. Now the effect words would be accordingly, consequently, finally, thus, as a result of, so that, leads to, next, therefore, steps involved, and effects of. Note, these are also transition words we learned earlier. This knowledge should help you to identify cause and effect words. Activity 2. Read the passage. Write down one cause and one effect you can find in it in the spaces provided below. Last week, my friend Karen slept over. We stayed up very late playing with our dolls. My mom came into the room to tell us we had to go to sleep. It was dark, so Karen and I took my dad's flashlight and played under the covers. I'm not sure when we finally fell asleep, but we left the flashlight on. In the morning, it no longer worked. The batteries were dead. Yesterday, there was a big thunderstorm and we lost our electricity. Dad went to get his flashlight so we could see, but it didn't work. He wasn't very happy when he found out I had it on all night and wasted the batteries. Now I have to take up all the leaves that blew around from the storm. Explain. Based on the activity above, complete the following sentences. In this or these sentences, the cause is, and then the effect is, I say so because. I'm going to say that the cause of the flashlight being dead is the fact that they had played with the flashlight and left it on all night. I say so because in the passage, but we left the flashlight on. In the morning, it no longer worked. That sentence gives me the information I am looking for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, line 5. I am not sure when we finally fell asleep, but we left the flashlight on. In the morning, it no longer works. So starting at line 5, that's where I find that information. Evaluate. Read this passage and complete the cause and effect chart. Yesterday, after playing with my hamster on the floor, I put him back into his cage, but I didn't close the lid tightly and he escaped. I didn't know he was loose until I saw something run by my feet. I jumped up quickly and hit the lamp on the table next to me. The lamp fell and crashed to the ground, making a loud noise. Soon my dad was in the room, upset that he had been awakened from his nap. I walked over to apologize when I stopped just in time. My hamster was sitting in front of me, looking up and smiling. I reached down to grab him and he took off under the couch and into the kitchen. When I heard the scream, I knew my mom had seen my pet. She scooped him up into a colander and popped him back into his cage. I tightly secured the lid and he was back in his home. I watched him play and thought for sure I saw him give a little wink. Cause and effect. Let's look at the chart now. I didn't close the lid tightly and the effect was that the hamster escaped. And we can find that in line 1, 2, 3, line 3, 2 to 3, but I didn't close the lid tightly and he escaped. I jumped up and hit the lamp. That's the effect. So let's look for the cause for that. So in line 4, I see where it says, I saw something run by my feet, and then now we have the effect. I jumped up quickly and hit the lamp on the table next to me. The lamp crashed to the floor and made a loud noise. Now that's the cause. What is it the cause of? Soon my father was in the room, upset that he had been awakened from his nap. So the loud sound caused the father to get up from the nap. So here we have cause, walk to apologize, stop and try to grab the hamster. Now what happened after that was that the hamster took off under the couch, ran into the kitchen, and then mom screamed. My mom screamed, that's the effect. Now what causes this? So mom screamed. I knew my mom had seen my pet. All right. And finally we have, I watched my pet play and thought I saw him wink at me. Now the cause here is as a result of being placed in the cage and it being tightly secured. So in this episode, we looked at cause and effect. Now let's go over this. The cause is what happens first, and then the effect happens next. So you study hard first, and then you get the good grade. Rain falls first, and then you have flooding. The driver loses control of the car first, then he has a crash. So let's remember now that this is one of the many text structures that exist. Remember now, text features are the things that we can see, like the titles, words in bold, pictures, graphs, tables, words in italics, and so on. While text structure has to do with how the information is arranged. In a previous episode, we looked at the problem solution text structure. In this episode, we were looking at the cause and effect text structure. Alright guys, I hope that you will go out and you will practice, especially using some of these signal words, and set up your own little situations that show cause and effect, and leave a few of them in the comment section below. Take care guys, see you in the next episode.